welcome back to my channel. I know it's been so long since I posted, for several reasons. One, I moved to college. This is my dorm room. So I've been really busy with that, and also I don't have a lot of like supplies and stuff here to make costumes. Also not a lot of time or reason to make any costumes. And I've also just kind of not had any ideas for videos lately. But with Halloween, in literally 3 days, I'm going to show you how to make boot covers. So I'm making this for my costume. I'm going as Padme from Star Wars, her Geonosian Arena outfit in Attack of the Clones Episode 2. So I needed white boots, which I don't have white boots. Nobody sells white boots, and I would have no reason to wear white boots with anything else outside of this. So I'm taking my regular black boots and I'm making white boot covers for them. So this is a costume that I made a couple of years ago, actually. I did this for Halloween one other year. And I will be doing another video on the costume, like explaining how I made it, showing the different pieces and everything and how you could make them or buy them. But this is just a video for how to make boot covers in general. You could do this for any costume. So it's pretty simple and cheap. All you need are a pair of boots that are generally the size and shape of the boots in the costume, but not necessarily the color, and a pair of knee-high socks in the color that you want the boot covers to be, and the largest size you can get. So I got these off of Amazon. They're just plain white women's knee-high socks. I think they're actually over the knee socks because I wanted to have plenty to work with. So, oh, and a pair of scissors. So it's pretty simple what we're gonna do. I cleaned the boots using antibacterial wipe. It doesn't have to be antibacterial, you can use any wipe, but I wanted to make them especially clean, and that's also all I had. So you want to clean the boots, especially if you're doing white, because you don't really want to get the socks all dirty and dusty. And it can't hurt your boots to clean them anyway, unless they're like some type of unless they're like suede or some type of really fragile material, in which case yeah, if you do clean them, be very careful or just skip that part. So I've got my clean boots. I zipped up the side zipper, and I'm going to take the sock and I'm going to put it on over the boot. So this might be a little bit hard because obviously the sock is not meant to go on the top. It's meant to go underneath the boot. So that's why you want to get the biggest ones you can. These are just women's. I think they're size like 9 to 11 or whatever. Like shoe size 9 to 11. But these are the biggest ones I could find. I mean, if you look somewhere other than Amazon, and if you're okay with paying more, then I'm sure you could find some like super huge ones somewhere. But this is what we're working with. So I'm basically just pulling it on like this. Alright, now you have this horrifying looking soft boot thing. So just continue adjusting the sock onto it so that it looks slightly less horrifying. And it kind of like compresses the top part. So now what I'm gonna do, actually, I'm gonna try to get the boot on, and because I want to make sure that like the boots are still wearable with the boot covers on. Okay, now as you can see, I have the boot on with the boot cover pulled down. So I'm just going to pull up the boot cover. My boot has some like little straps around the ankle, so that's what keeps getting hooked on the inside. Pull this up, and it does come up higher, so if you have, for your costume, if you want higher boots, you can also do that, or I think I'm just gonna fold it down a little bit. You can also cut it off if you want to. I might decide to cut it off, but I do kind of want it to be a little taller than my boots. There you go. So we're not done yet, obviously, because this wouldn't be much of a tutorial if we were just putting socks on over boots. I also do suggest, it was really hard getting it on, so you may want to put the boot on first and then put the sock over the boot. I haven't tried that yet. We'll see how hard that is, but so this is like what you want. So now we're going to take off the boot. And so if your boot doesn't have a zipper, it'll be a bit easier to do this. Okay. But you just want to make sure that you can still wear the boot before you get too deep into this. Alright, so we're going to come back up here. And we have the boot with the sock on. So it doesn't really matter what happens with this top part right here. What we're worried about is the bottom part, because you don't want to destroy your boot covers by wearing them outside in the dirt and everything and wearing through the bottom of them. So what we're gonna do, make sure that it's on evenly, it's not twisted or anything before you start cutting. So yeah, this is, we are cutting these, so don't use a pair of socks that you want to keep. That's why I bought some specifically. Also, I don't have knee-high socks. I mean, nobody really wears knee-high socks anymore, right? And you're gonna go to the heel. Now, if your shoes are flat, it's gonna be a little more complicated. But most boots have heels. So we're gonna go to the heel, make a cut, pinch it up. Now don't make it like right on the edge of the heel, make it a little deeper so you'll have stuff to work with. And start a hole. And then you're just gonna cut around the inside of the heel. There we go. Next, we're gonna cut this part. Now, we're not gonna cut the entire thing because just having one strip through here isn't gonna keep like the toe and everything down. So I am gonna leave, I think I'm gonna leave a strip going through this way and then another strip across this way. Maybe across like the toe here though, because I'm trying to make it so that the strips aren't going on the parts that are mostly walked on. Let's see, my other boot, these boots are really worn down so I can see like easily where a lot of the stress is on them. Yeah, there's a section right up here across the toe that is not as worn down as the rest. So I think I'm just gonna do a strip here and leave this strip here. So I'm gonna start it on. Okay, so these boots have like this here, so that's really what gets worn. This part's not really gonna get walked on much, if at all. So I'm gonna leave that as a strip going across and then start cutting around here, and then I'll go across here and back around, and I'm gonna decide whether or not I'm gonna leave that whole just like cap on the end or if I'm gonna cut a little circle up here. But yeah. this is what we're left with. Hoping that this doesn't write up too badly. I think it's gonna sit pretty comfortably right there, though I don't mind if that shows a little bit. It's the overall effect that we're going for. I feel like it's gonna help. That might make it come up. I think I'm just gonna leave this like this. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna leave it like this. If you want to, you can cut out like a little hole here that might allow this to come up and help it to stay on better, which is what I might do if I, try it out and they're slipping off and like the tip is slipping off. But I think for the most part it's gonna be okay. So yeah, there you go. So you can remove these and put them back on. I would suggest removing it, putting the boot on, and then putting the boot cover on. I think that's going to be the easiest way to put them on and off. So I'm just going to do the exact same thing on the other boot, and then I'll put them on and show you how it looks. Alright, so this is how they look. I'm pretty happy with them. I decided not to cut off the top part and just to fold it under because I may want to use these for a different cosplay sometime and want them to come up higher. But yeah, they actually turned out really well and they were very easy to make. They're a little bit difficult to get on and off, but I mean, what cosplay items aren't, honestly. The only slight issue is that they do kind of tend to hike up a little in the back and on the sides here to show the black. That's not a big deal to me as it's almost completely not noticeable. But if that is a problem for you, or especially if you're going to like an all-day convention or something when you're going to be walking around a lot, I would suggest maybe taking like some double-sided tape and taping them down, or even getting some of that like special like double-sided tape that's for clothing specifically that might stick better to fabric, and like sticking them down. Other than that though, they turned out really well. I'm very happy with them. And I think you could also do this on like, if you didn't have tall boots, you could use shorter boots or even possibly regular shoes. It's best if they have the heel because then you can have the strap going underneath, but it's not entirely necessary. Just have a couple of 2 or 3 straps going across the bottom if they're flat shoes. I do think boots work the best, especially if you're going for the style of, bulkier boots like I am, because if you've seen Star Wars, you'll see that Padme in that scene is wearing very like thick, bulky boots. So the boots add some bulk, but if you're going for like the skin tight boots, or just, not particularly bulky boots, and you don't have boots or you choose not to wear boots underneath them, you can pair these with any shoes. I would suggest not using like tie-up shoes because the laces here are going to cause some weird bumps, but like flats or short boots or in most dress-up shoes, you could do this on and just have the boot be made with just the sock. So that's an option too. But yeah, there you go. No-sew DIY easy cheap boot covers, and they actually look pretty good. Like close up, yeah, you can tell they're socks, but from a distance, you really can't tell. They're just white, and it gives an effect. So yeah, thank you for watching. Check out the videos coming up later this week where I show you my full Padme costume and how to do the hair and makeup if you're interested in that. So subscribe to see that, like this video, and leave any comments down below if you have any questions, or if you've done a similar thing. Do you have any tips, any ways to maybe solve the problem with the socks coming up, or any advice that you can give me or other people who might be trying this. And let me know what you're being for Halloween in the comments. Tell me what you're gonna be for Halloween. Even if you see this like next year or whatever, it doesn't have to be this year. Just tell me what you're gonna be, because I love costumes. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!